Good morning and welcome to day 5 of our Aussie Camino. We are heading to Mt Gambier today and via Mount Shank, which I've never been to that part of the world, so looking forward to it. Got about 29 kilometres to get to Mt Gambier. We had a read about which way we had to go this morning, and we followed most of it, but when I did a search on Google Maps, some of the names of streets and roads were different, and so I don't think it'll be too much drama. We just need to sit down and actually work out exactly where it is that we are going. But there's a really good coffee shop in town, and it's got good reviews, so we're going to go and start the day with a coffee and work out the directions for the day and start heading to Mt Gambier. Okay, so we have just come out of town, and hopefully you can hear me okay because the wind's picked up a bit. We've just come out of town. We're on Riddle Highway, and I think where we got confused is in the guidebook it's referred to as Bay Road, and Bay Road actually goes straight through the middle of a town, I don't know, 5 or 6 k's ahead, which is Allendale or Allendale East, but we don't actually go to Allendale. We turn off on Jones Road to the right, and I think we take back roads, and we've just got to work out how we actually get to Shank Mountain, which is our first location on the way. But yeah, we'll get there. We're getting there slowly. And by the way, the coffee was really good. So I'll put a link in the description for anyone interested. Bear in mind, it's the only coffee shop in town I tried. I'm sure some of the other coffee shops are good too, but that one did have very, very high reviews, and the food looked wonderful too. So yeah, recommend it. Okay, so here's the intersection with Jones Road. So yeah, you have to walk along this reasonably busy road. It's probably about, I don't know, 1.5 k's, maybe 2 kilometres from the centre of Port MacDonnell. So now we're going to go down Jones Road, and we're going to follow this until we get to a 5-way intersection. So coming towards the end of Jones Road, and there's no sign here, but we're actually turning left onto Lower Nelson Road West. So we just head down this road until we get to the 5-way intersection. Oh, this is interesting. A classic car collection and memorabilia. Yeah, it's obviously a pretty keen collector of things. It's closed now, but yeah, it looks like it could well be worthwhile having a look. Yeah, hopefully we don't see that alien on our trips. You just stay there, mate. So I'm not sure what the story behind all these shoes is, but it goes on and on and on. I don't know, maybe everyone in town, when they wear their shoes out, it's a bit of a tradition or something. They come and tie them to the barbed wire fence here. Anyway, everyone to their own. So this is the 5-way intersection that's referred to in the guide and online. So we go left here on this dirt road, this sort of, it's like a tractor farm access road, and it's probably not 3 k's from that turn off on Jones Road. It's probably only about 1.5 k's. So yeah, so this is the road we head up. So according to Google Maps, this is Starks Lane. So I'm just going to have a quick look and work out how far we come down this road before we get to another intersection or another turning point. But this is quite pleasant. It's pretty sure we're not going to have to worry about cars or anything here. Maybe a cow, maybe a tractor. But yeah, beautiful and peaceful along. It's a really nice walk along this track. It's a shared access track for the farmers, so their tractors and whatever else. So yeah, when you get to the 5-way intersection, it's all roads except for this one dirt track. So it's easy to spot, and it's nice to be off the roads and walking along here. It's got enough trees to give you plenty of shade and a bit of a windbreak from the breeze when it gets up. But apparently we have to travel 10.5 kilometres along this track. There'll be some gates that we have to go through, so we'll have to open those and close them behind us, of course. But yeah, 10.5 kilometres, here we go. Here's the first intersection we've come to, so we keep straight ahead. So that little town over in the distance there is Allendale East, and I'm not sure what sort of facilities they've got there. I mean, we had a coffee before we left, so we're pretty much good to go for this whole 10.5k stretch. Yeah, so hopefully the wind's not affecting the voice recording too much, but we've come to the first intersection. This morning, when we were reading the directions or the route to take in the guidebook and on the website, got a bit confused because I was looking at Google Maps and I had it on satellite view, and the track looked like it had actually come to an end, but it actually doesn't. It just turns into this grassy path, which, you know, on a satellite view of Google Earth, that's going to look very defined as a track, and that just sort of blends in with the landscape, that greenish sort of colour, greenish browny colour. So yeah, we're all good. We just continue on this path, and I think that is Mount Shank, just down this road. So this has been very exposed, and it's quite a warm day today and windy. I think it's top of 29, it feels like about 25 at the moment. So yeah, fingers crossed that we get a bit of sheltered walking up ahead, but I don't know, maybe it's just like this all the way to Mt Gambier. We'll find out soon enough. Here's the intersection with Post Office Road. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it used to be a post office or something, but we go straight ahead where that car's coming from, and I think about a kilometre, maybe a kilometre and a half up is the Mount Shank lookout walk. We're obviously not going up the mountain today. 29 kilometres is plenty, but hopefully there's a covered seated area that we can sit and have a break. Looks like there might be somewhere to sit up here, and there is a nice sheltered area I can see from here. Fantastic. Yeah, so the Mount Shank rest area is a good spot to stop. There's shaded seating, and there's clean bathrooms with soap and water. Look, what I'd say is today's not a scorcher, but it is quite warm. You know, it's meant to reach 29 degrees. It's probably getting close now. And that a lot of that walk from Port MacDonnell to here is very exposed, like very exposed. And just down the road before we crossed over and came up to Mount Shank, it's that hard, compacted, white, gravelly soil. So we're not only getting the sun coming from above, but it was reflecting off the ground. So probably keep that in mind if you're going to do the walk, and you know, that probably something to take into consideration. Don't let it get too hot, because I think that would be a nightmare. Just leaving Mount Shank rest area and making our way to Mt Gambier now, so I think about 14 kilometres to go. Here we are at the intersection, and off to the right here is Bellum Lane, so that's our route. So that was the mountain path road that we came down on, and now we are turning right, which is Bellum Road, or should be Bellum Road. So just some observations of this particular leg so far. The description is good in terms of where you go, but some of the road names are out a little bit. So I think it's well worth using Google Maps, which I've been using, just to confirm where we are. I mean, this is, I'll turn just along here, you can see that this is described as a grassy track, but you know, it's clearly not a grassy track. But we travel along this road for, what is it, about a kilometre? Yeah. About a kilometre, and then we turn left and start to head north. So yeah, I've found that Google Maps has really helped. We know exactly where we are, and we're on the right path, because you know, you don't want to walk 3 or 4 k's down the track and realise you've come the wrong way, because then you've got to work 3 or 4 back, and all of a sudden 8 k's is added to your journey for the day. So yeah, that's my observation, that's my recommendation. Just wanted to add that unlike Spain, there's markers all over the place and arrows all over the place. There's no markers and no arrows on this trip, other than what you get on at the start on the Great Southwest Walk. So that was my point about using Google Maps, just to confirm your location. This is the first left, and it's Loudon or Loudon Hill Road. Again, you wouldn't know that unless you had Google Maps, because in the guidebook or on the website it says come a kilometre and take your first left. So there's a number of farm gates between here and where we came in a kilometre ago. So this is more like the grassy road that was described, or the grassy path that was described. So this should take us all the way onto the highway, 5 or 6 kilometres time. Yeah, I don't know whether it picks it up on the camera, but you might be able to see how hot it is today. It must be getting close to 30 degrees, and we're feeling it. Just another break. We only went for about 4, maybe 5 kilometres, so yeah, I think regular breaks are the order of the day. So we've walked the 5.5 kilometres through the farmland, and we're just back on the tar now, and you can just see up ahead where the truck and that car is. That's the highway that I think we've now got to walk alongside to Mt Gambier. So I think we have around about 7 kilometres to go. Hopefully less, of course, but I think realistically 7 kilometres. Well, I thought for a minute that was going to be a really pleasant surprise, and we were going to have a seat to sit on, but it's really hot today, so I don't fancy sitting in the sun. Plenty of dirt and plenty of dust on the track. Just a hardcore walker, really. So we're continuing our journey after our break, and yeah, we have to walk alongside the road. Seems pretty busy on this road into Mt Gambier, so at the moment there's these really wide roadside verges and a little bit of shade, which is great, but I'm not sure how long it will last. Here's a shop, but not as we want it. We'd like to get a cold drink, but This is an antique shop, and normally we would be straight into something like this. A collector maniac sounds right up our alley, but not today. When it's so hot, we just keep inching forward towards Mt Gambier. Blue Lake Catchment. I wonder if you can swim in that. If you can, I'm going in for sure.